Hi, everybody. This is Angel Arts, and welcome to yet another Let's Interview one of the finalists for the upcoming Wizarding World or Wizarding World of Harry Potter tabletop campaign that is coming up. We are here with one of our finalists. It's Leo. Hey, Leo.
Hi. Go Slytherins.
Yes, as a fellow Slytherin sympathizer, I absolutely love his outfit today. And we have Astra, who is going to be the guest
Woo!
interviewer. Excellent. Some of you may have remembered Astra from the current campaign that's happening at this moment, as of this recording, the Mass Effect Season 2 or Mass Effect Revolution campaign. So, Astra, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to get out of the way and let Astra take it away from here.
Yay. First, there is anything that you want to tell the people that are watching about you, like in general?
Well, I'm a bit of a gobber. I like to chat a lot. I'm a bit of a talker like that. Also, I'm very deep into like people's backstories and all that. Like when I was writing Alistair's, I was like, I can't just have just him. I need more about him. I want to know more about his family. Does he have a mom? Does he have a dad? Does he have an aunt, uncle? What's his family like? Are they, mother sympathizers, or are they whole bloods and all that? And it's kind of good for me because I'm actually writing a story. I'm actually writing a fantasy novel, so it's kind of like kind of a thing for me.
So, in your first video, there were some swords in the background and things like that.
yeah, that was Excalibur and a katana, a cutlass, and Rob Stark's sword from Game of Thrones. I also got a bow and arrow.
Oh, do you collect them or do you use them for something?
Well, I sometimes use the bow and arrow when I'm a bit, stressed and all that. But in springtime, like in April or May, I'm actually going to do like a little photo shoot and stuff as a little ranger or something. So,
cool.
I gotta have my sword and bow.
Leo, that was one of the most bad A things anyone has said in an interview. Yeah, I just use the bow and arrow when I'm stressed. I'm like, that is so bad A. My gosh, wow.
Yeah, I just go up to my house and be like, right, you just go with that pen apple on your head and stuff, and I'll try not to hurt you.
Careful with Leo. He can like Katniss Everdeen your hiney. Okay.
Or Legolas.
Or Legolas.
Oh yeah.
They're both cool.
Yeah, but one's harder than the other.
Well, a thing that we could also tell about you is that you like Slytherin.
Yeah, I'm a Slytherin. I think I always knew I was a Slytherin ever since I was little, because I'm really ambitious and stuff.
You're ambitious, yeah.
What's the like? I mean, apart from you being a Slytherin, like what does it allure you from Slytherin itself?
Well, I mean, for me, unlike some Slytherins, I'm all for I'm not much of a pure blood person. I'm all welcome to any of the bloodlines, even if that means Muggle-born half-bloods. I'm all for that. I'm very friendly and stuff, and I don't care about anybody's backstory and stuff as long as they're like good persons, a good person in art.
You commented a lot about the other characters.
Yeah,
the backstory.
Yeah, it's like the Blackfyres. They have a sense of like their blood is we prefer bloods like this, but they have throughout the history joined sides with like the Dark Wizards, like Alistair's great grandfather was actually in Paris during the Fantastic Beasts Crimes of Grindelwald. He was actually in hiding somewhere around there, and both his father and his grandfather and his mother joined Voldemort during the First and Second Wizarding War.
There is any piece of your character that you like the most that you want to share with us?
Well, he's a bit of like a snob, really. He's like, he thinks he's like better than everybody. When actual fact, deep down, he doesn't. He's actually really nervous about what people think of him.
Oh,
It's it's really complicated because he's like really trying to pull up a stern face when actual fact he's scared inside, which I got from me because I'm like
oh,
that
okay.
in a sense.
I love characters like that. They are the ones in like shows and stories that I gravitate towards.
It's like I actually had this idea of if there was like any Muggle characters or Muggle bonds and who were interact with Alistair, he will try and be like push them away and stuff because he believes that mudbloods are evil and wicked. But if there was like an incident where a Muggle actually saved him, like in an accident or helped him out with something, he will start. There's something in his back and think, wait, what goal is he trying to, or he or she trying to reach? Like, was their personal game, or did they just do it in the goodness of their hearts and stuff?
Mm.
So part of what I'm looking for when I'm choosing someone for the campaign, Leo, because there are so many schools and so many countries that we're going to cover, I'm going to rely on the players to help me generate and fill in a lot of the lore holes that they have. So because you're from Durmstrang,
Yeah.
we know we know some about Durmstrang from the books, but obviously not nearly as much as Hogwarts,
Yeah.
and not nearly as much as Ilvermorny because there's tons about Ilvermorny in Pottermore. So my question to you, Leo, is if you could imagine what Durmstrang is like that hasn't been mentioned yet, or what culturally what the wizarding world is like culturally in Bulgaria or that part of Europe that hasn't been mentioned yet, that's different from Hogwarts and and Ilvermorny. What are some of the things you can imagine?
I'm actually happy you said that because I've been actually trying to put myself in Alistair's shoes, and to the point I actually bought a book and made it into his own diary, so to make it like what he's going through and stuff. And what I've been thinking is like, from what we've known about Durmstrang, it's really, anti-Muggles. So I can imagine there's like paintings and all that about, wizard supremacy and trying to dominate the Muggles. And I can sense like a really Ori vibe, like kind of like you think you're safe, but you don't know if anyone in the walls are watching you or hearing what you're saying and stuff. And it's like I can imagine it's like the walls are not all like beautiful as Hogwarts. They're actually quite gloomy, like a dungeon cell would look like, all green and gloomy.
I think those are an awesome amount of out of character questions, Astra. So if you want to move on to the role playing.
Okay. Some members of some magical agency or police would like to interview you about the dealings that your family had and trying to get information out of you.
There's been loads of always hanging around the house.
And well, you actually even know these. There are two cops here. If you want to ask anything, Kirk. Well,
do I know what their names are?
Well, one of them would be Dudley, and the other one would be Joanna. So yeah, imagine this elite interview room, and there are two cops pacing around, looking at some files, and you're sitting down in a table, looking at them.
So, Officer Dudley, what do I owe this lovely pleasure for the... how many times we met now?
Let me see the file. 27.
So much memories. And who's the girl? I don't remember her from the past.
Well, she's a new member of the force. I think we should go straight to the point now.
Well, if you insist, but a man should always introduce himself to a lovely lady. Pleasure to meet you. Alistair Romulus Blackfyre at your service.
She's gonna look at the hand and, she's not going to shake it. She's just going to say, you would do best to simply answer the questions, Mr. Blackfyre.
Stern, isn't she? Reminds me of my dear aunt.
She obviously looks very irritated, but she's just going to try to be as professional as possible. However, you are pushing some buttons.
So, Alistair, that's a nice name. Do you know what it means?
Not in the slightest. My parents I've never even met. Because after all, it does say in my file that my father did die in the Battle of Hogwarts. My mom is in Azkaban right now.
Oh, okay.
You seem very proud of that, Mr. Blackfyre.
My family did what was right to make sure that our people do not hide in the cellar like rats.
That's a bold statement.
It is a fact. You, as wizards, should know that this whole hiding in the cells like rats and that the muggles dominate us is purely out of order. It's unnatural, in fact.
Well, it seems like the teachings of your aunt are coming through to you.
Ma has been taught me many things, and many things are what muggles have done in their history, where they have bombed houses and slaughtered innocents.
Well,
they even slaughtered their own people. What is the justifying that? Pray tell. He kind of leans back in his seat, just like as if it was a throne.
So, back to your name. You know what it means? It comes from the Greek, and it means defensor, or protector of mankind.
Probably more of the defender of our people. I do not care for muggles or what they stand for. We better hope they to be slaves to us. I will defend my people, and nothing less.
It's okay. We are not here to discuss politics.
Of course.
The mage will bring like a tab with a string, with a vial that contains a string. There is a memory.
Okay.
So this is a memory of your father. We are actually trying to find.
You're lying. That's not it. You're lying. That can't be his. There's a stern of like a little panic in his face. Like, wait, what's happening here? I did not expect this coming up.
So we actually managed to find this memory, and we might need some clarification of some things in it. This is the memory of the wedding of your parents.
What? This is a trick. You're tricking me.
I find it very odd. Normally weddings are very happy times. Why do you seem so afraid of such a, what would otherwise be a extremely joyful memory for your family?
I have my reasons, which...
Watch your tongue, for if you do not cooperate and give us the respect that we demand, Mr. Blackfyre, you will not live to see the day of your own wedding. Not that I foresee that happening anytime soon.
Is that a threat? He leans closer now, interested in it.
It is a warning.
Please remember your position. You are not here as a guest. You may feel comfortable right now, but we are only trying to get some information.
By all means, go ahead. See what I care.
Okay, so the mage will dip this memory in the tab, and there was something like it could be projected in the room or something like that, let's say.
Okay.
This is like a formal party, I would guess, and there is a lot of decorations and things related to the Blackfyre family and the family of your mother, the Lightthorn family, and there are a lot of ornaments, and there is a lot of it's very crowded, and it seems like your parents are really happy and having a really nice time together. It seems like the family, like the party they were having in the movie, for the wedding, in the
Bill Weasley's wedding.
But it's a more for someone that has more money, it's a more refined party, and everyone seems more formal. And we are trying to identify a couple of people that are in this room.
That can't be their wedding. That's not how my aunt described it.
What did you mean?
She said it was a gorgeous wedding. Muggles on their feet. Everyone using the... it's... I guess that's the wedding.
Using the what?
It's just something, you know what my aunt's like. She's not right in the head. But there was something that he did say, something about a QC artist person somewhere. Or Muggles and elves alike.
Well, now that we have your wand in custody, we may take this chance to also check the last spell you cast.
Oh, please, go for it. I do not, I have nothing to hide.
She'll take Alistair's wand, and she will use I think it's out of character priority incantatem, I think, in order to determine what was the last spell that he cast. What do we see, Leo?
You see someone, like a student, levitating, but the student can't move because he's frozen. And you see, the student like hovering around and then hitting walls and stuff, and then onto the ground. And yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think that we should notify the school authorities about this.
Come on, that student had to come in. He had to come in.
What did he do?
Did his homework. Hey, don't look at me with those stern faces. I'm just saying, someone who does their homework on time clearly deserves getting a good spell too. You fought well for the beginning.
How does that individual doing their homework affect you in any way, Mr. Blackfyre?
Well, you know the saying, those who did their homework early has to do the little dancing, in a way. He gives a little side smile while giving a little wink at Joanna.
Let's just proceed with the questioning about the wedding then. So, there is a lot of people here, and we are actually trying to see if there is anyone that keeps current ties with your family right now. Maybe someone you saw recently.
Any of those places? Oof, you're saying a lot.
Well,
you're saying a lot of things, mate. Half those people are dead in Azkaban.
So one of those faces in there is your aunt.
Some of them are Death Eaters. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe some people that actually are known in the wizarding world and they are really aligned one way or the other. Who do you think it would be there?
There would be the Malfoys would be there. Trying to keep a happy face, but you could tell by Lucia's expressions on his face, he's like very worried, and every time someone bumps into him, he gets all scared and panicking in a sense. And in the other side of the corner, you can see Bellatrix Lestrange giving her evil cackle and stuff.
Oh wow, she's at the wedding. Wow, this is a big deal wedding. Good grace.
Yeah, because also on their wedding, it is said that they all, as well as getting married, they also received their Death Eater's mark also. So it's like an initiation and a wedding combined.
So yeah, I would guess that the cops would manage to identify those that have the marks. So there will be anyone else that you think that they will be in this wedding that it would be like interesting to know that it's not actually like a death eater.
There's one in the corner. He looks familiar, and he looks closely to the one of the secretaries to the Minister of Magic in England. He was like trying to give a proper joyful smile and drinking his glass and stuff.
Do you actually recognize any of the people in this room?
There's one I recognize. I've seen him recently. I saw him in Nocturne Alley not too long ago.
Well,
I believe he looked closely to that of... He wanders in a bit more. Yes, I remember him. That's Alec. Alec... I don't remember his name. It's, foreign. I think he's someone from Brazil, I believe. Don't quite remember his surname. Demarchi or something like that? I do not remember.
Well, that's quite interesting. And what were you discussing in this alley recently?
Oh, just some stuff, how the Mancy has gone to the, excuse my muggle words, to hell ever since, the new Minister of Magic, Hermione Granger, that mudblood of filth, became Minister.
Watch your tongue. You are actually being under the supervision of the Ministry of Magic, if you remember correctly.
Oh, is she hearing this now? Is Hermione Granger listening somewhere in these rooms?
If she was, what would you say?
I only wish that Bellatrix Lestrange didn't kill her in Malfoy Manor a long time ago. For the filth that her blood has caused us. Then, as soon as he says that, he looks down with thought. It's like he doesn't quite mean it, but he's trying his very best to cover it up.
Well, actually, there is something I wanted to talk about you. It's about your mother. Do you know why she went mad?
Some say there have been rumors. Some say she died when she saw my father die by that Weasley woman. While others say she went mad giving birth to me, saying I took her sanity away. I don't know. I don't think about it too much. Why? Why do you ask?
Well, so, would you like to see her if there was a chance?
He kind of looks at both of you like you're about to start laughing and stuff, and then looks around. You can see his defenses slowly weaken, and you see the vulnerable side within him. Maybe. Why do you ask?
Well, maybe we could arrange a meeting. The thing is, I don't think there will be a lot to talk about with her. After all, in her current state, she only talks nonsense. But maybe
careful what you say. That's my mother.
But you may get something about this encounter.
In sense for what?
Well, we would like you to make a note of everyone that you recognize, if you know their names, if you know what they're doing currently, and sign it with your name.
Do you have a quill? Or a pen or an ink?
Oh. So,
unless you want me to write it with my blood, then by all means, I will do it.
No, fine. Ink will be fine. And he hands you a pen and some paper. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Leo's so prepared. I love it.
He starts looking at the pictures on the wall and starts writing names. Some of which are from England, others are from France, well, mostly, and others from other parts of the world. There is one thing I would want to ask. He gets his bag and gets an object out. It looks to be like a little ring. Inside it opens up and see like a little picture of a baby, a newborn baby, probably like 2 or 3 days old. Could you give this to her? See if she remembers me.
I think it's alright if he gave it to her himself.
We should check it for enchantments first. I don't think we can trust this one.
They will go through and check the ring for enchantments. I'm assuming they don't find anything out of character, out of the ordinary. They'll hand it back to you, and they will make arrangements for you to see your mum. I don't think you've seen her in a while, correct?
Alistair's never even met her because he was only 51 days old.
Let's say that they have made arrangements for you to finally meet your mother face to face. Now, she's going to be probably in a chair in some sort of state like she's not there. She's not lucid at all. And they are just going to let you go in and have your moment with her. She's not going to be able to respond to you besides babbling, but I do want to see what your character does with nobody watching him. Like, nobody, assume that nobody's watching you, nobody's recording this. It's just you and your mom for the very first time in your room. What does your character do when he enters into the room?
He kind of stumbles at first, like he can't believe what he's seen. He slowly walks up to her, and he says back to me, "Mom, it's me, your little boy." And a little tear starts coming down his face. "Mom, can you hear me? Do you remember me? Your little boy, Alistair? Mom?" Then he starts wiping his tears away. He's like, "Don't worry, Mom. I swear to you, by Voldemort's great name, I will fix you, and I'll get you out." And he gets her a little kiss on the cheek, gets the ring and puts it on her finger. It takes a while to get on, but he managed to get it on. Like, "Stay strong, Mom. Be patient a little longer." Gets her on her cheek one more time and then turns around, walks to the door, bangs in, saying, "Let me out. I can't be here anymore." If you're interested of seeing a character with so much history and so much darkness, if you want to see him to be released into the light and see the goodness in this world, then please vote for Alistair, and let's see how his redemption changes his life.